Hi, happy Monday evening. Just thought we'd have a quick chat about depression and how hypnotherapy can help with that. It's quite relevant at the moment with COVID and the problems that everybody's having with losing the jobs, long-term health problems. And I know it's affected us as a family as well, because we've had to isolate quite a couple of times, and the kids as well. They've had to isolate quite a few times as being close contacts with school. The reasons for depression are various for different people. There's a lot of children at the minute as well with depression, and there's a scientist in America called Dr. Amen, who I follow, who's like a brain specialist. He says that it's all this media that children have got at the fingertips. I know, for instance, my children, I can walk into their bedrooms and they'll have the phone with them, the TV, Xbox on all at the same time, and every time they're on each device they're getting like a little dopamine hit here and there, and it's overstimulating the pleasure centres in the brain. This causes that area of the brain to be less effective, and then that's a cause of depression. There is a depression cycle, so you're sort of getting it like a washing machine and you can't get out, so starting worrying feelings, it then causes sleepless nights, you then wake up feeling exhausted, no motivation, you then become more depressed, so it's just like it carries on in a circle and a circle and a circle. But you can actually rewire your brain for the negative as well as the positive. So people with depression, and especially children, as I mentioned before, who are just having these constant dopamine hits with all this technology, are literally rewiring their brains for the negative. There's something called brain plasticity, and they've done studies as well where they would put in, for instance, musicians, they would blindfold musicians for say 2 weeks and still get them to play, and then they would rescan the brains, and the area of the brain where to do with sight had shrunk, and the area of the brain to do with the hearing and to do with your movements with your fingers, that had increased. So it's it's a real worry really for these children in particular. So you can rewire your brain for the better. There's a saying that I like from an old Chinese philosopher that says, if you're living with depression, you're living in the past. If you're living with anxiety, you're living in the future. So what hypnotherapy can do for depression in particular is we can get rid of all the shit that you're carrying around with you, that you've been carrying around with you for years, weeks, months, whatever. It's like carrying a rucksack full of bricks or stones or rocks around with you, and we just clear all that out, and we keep going and going and going until that's just all gone. So when that relief comes, we then have to refill that space or refill that void, as it were, with some love, joy and happiness that maybe you've been missing for a long time. And we can do that with various methods, and we also can give you some homework to do at home. So for instance, I still will do some tapping, some EFT, if I'm feeling particularly down or nervous or not confident about anything in my life. So we will give you some homework to do as well, so that you can carry on feeling better and getting better every day. But if that resonates with anybody, just feel free to send me a message. Hope you're having a nice day. Bye.